Hi, welcome back to another Love in Paradise recap. Honestly, you guys, this show and MILF Manor are my favorite shows right now. I look forward to every single Sunday and Mondays because of these two shows. So I'm really excited to talk about Love in Paradise this week. So let's just get right into it, starting with Luke and Madeleine. Just a quick reminder, last week Luke told Madeleine that he lost his job and that he can fund her luxurious lifestyle for about 2 more months. She was initially very upset, but then she was understanding and she told him that she still loved him and that since they're going to be one unit, because they're about to get married, that she was going to stick with him through this. Very sweet. So the next morning, he surprises her with 5 dozen roses.
I got you something for you, baby.
Now, why would he do that? I don't know. In my opinion, every single dollar counts when you don't have income coming in. They go on their date that Luke planned, and he found an activity that would basically be free and not cost any money because remember, he's on a budget now.
Madeleine and I live a lavish lifestyle. We'll go to restaurants, we'll go shopping, but we can't afford to do that anymore. So today, I thought we'd try something different.
Oh, really? Is that why you spent $11,000 having sunglasses made?
One of the many businesses that I'm trying to get up and running is my sunglass line.
He's starting the sunglass company, so he hired a designer, had a prototype made, and then made a giant order of 300 sunglasses. And he's hoping to make a boatload of money from this.
I think once they're available on the market, they'll sell out super quickly, and I know all my money problems will be solved.
And the sunglasses are cute, but they look like a bunch of other ones that already exist in the market. And he's so excited because there's a chain attachment and you can fold it all up so that you can wear it around like a necklace and it'll look like a medallion. No, it does. It just looks like a grandma or a grandpa's, those reading sunglasses that they attach to a necklace so that they don't lose them. That's what it's reminding me of. Madeleine is listening to all of this in the car and she's panicking. She's like, why are you spending so much freaking money when you don't even have a job? How did you even get $11,000? Well, Luke cashed in his 401k and got $20,000 from it. First of all, he was a full-time engineer and he only saved up $20,000 in his retirement by 30? That seems awfully low. Okay, so he cashed in his entire retirement, $20,000, which he has to pay taxes on, so I hope he set that aside. But out of the $20,000, he's already spent half of it on those sunglasses. Luke is very, very, very bad with money, and Madeleine's realizing this. This is why when you're dating, ladies and gentlemen, you have to pay very close attention to how your partner manages their money. How they spend money, how they view money, how much debt they have, how much they have saved in their retirement. You're going to want to start looking out for those things, which, by the way, speaking of dating, I cannot believe I'm saying this. Y'all know I have been single for a while, right? But I've decided to get back in the dating game this winter. Yeah, it was actually supposed to be this summer, but I pushed it to the winter because I have not found my signature scent. And I feel like that is very important for you to smell really dang good. Because you know when you have a crush on someone and you smell their smell and they smell so dang good and you're just like, give me some more, and you become obsessed with how they smell. Yeah, that's what I want to do to someone else. So I need to find my signature scent because I don't want to smell like every other person. I don't want to just spray on whatever's the most popular. So these are the 4 scents that I'm currently trying out this month with Scentbird, and I'm so excited to share it with you guys. The first one is Daisy Oh So Fresh by Marc Jacobs, and it literally lives up to the name. It's oh so fresh. The top notes are raspberry, wild rose, and warm plum. It's light, it's airy, it's perfect for summer. Next is Kenzie by Kenzie. It's got peach, mandarin, rose, jasmine, and violet. This is similar to Daisy Oh So Fresh, but it's a little bit more fruity, which I think I love even more. Next is Cloud by Ariana Grande, and I Love this. This is definitely my favorite. But I actually will not be wearing it in the summertime. I think this is a perfect autumn scent for me. It's got notes of pear, vanilla, coconut. It smells creamy. It smells delicious. When I wear it, I feel like I just want to eat myself up. Last but not least, I have Agua de Santos by House of Beau. When I wear this, I smell expensive. Okay? I feel rich. I feel luxurious. It's got citrus, cedarwood, but it's a little too heavy on the musk for me, personally. So sadly, I will not be wearing this. But on a good note, my mom loves it, so I gave this to her. So I'm going to keep experimenting, and Scentbird is perfect for this because of how affordable and how flexible it is. So you're going to get your first fragrance for just $8, and then your next month's will be $16.95. Have you guys seen the prices lately for perfume and cologne? It's wild. It is insane. And with Scentbird, you can change your fragrance every single month without the commitment of a $300, $400 full-size bottle. And their packaging is not only cute, but it's super convenient. You can just slip it in your bag and go. And also, the best part about this is you don't have to go anywhere to try on all these different scents. They are delivered directly to your door. If you guys want to try out Scentbird, you can scan this QR code or click the link below and use code MYTHOUGHTS to get 55% off your first month. That's only $8. I don't know why you wouldn't want to do it. So use code MYTHOUGHTS to get your first box for just $8. And thank you, Scentbird, so much for sponsoring this video. Back to Madeleine and Luke. So Madeleine is super worried about Luke's finances. And at this point, remember, she's accepted that he lost his job and that he would need to find a new one. And she was very understanding and she moved on from it. But now she's realizing how bad he is with his money when he doesn't have any. Also, they're engaged, about to be married. Their finances are going to be shared, and actually he's going to have to provide for her, right? And he didn't even include her in this decision. Like, at least tell her about it, tell her what's going on. But no, he decided to do this all by himself. She's pissed off, rightfully so. She's like, why would you make that decision without me? I'm your fiance.
You never told me this.
Sometimes there's decisions that just need to be made on the fly.
Oh my God, bro, you can't afford to make decisions like this. I can't believe Madeleine is the mature one in this relationship. Remember, she's 19 and he's 30. She's the one lecturing him about how irresponsible he is with his money.
The more I know about Luke's financial situation, we both gonna to be homeless.
And he tries to make her feel better because he doesn't want her mad. And he's trying to crack a joke. He's like, do you want your sunglasses? Ha 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 ha. And he's laughing and she's not. She does not find this funny at all. And she's like, you think it's funny? You think it's funny? Why you think it's funny?
You think it's funny?
Sorry.
Do you think it's funny? What the is funny?
And he goes,
come on, Madeleine, I had to make sure the sunglasses were paid for before I run out of money.
oh my God, how ridiculous is that statement?
I just needed to make sure that it was paid for before we run out of money.
How the hell does that make sense? She's so mad at him that she tells him he ruined her entire day. Like, I don't even know if he understands the severity of the situation that he's in. Like, he's acting like a child. Like, she's the child and he's the one acting like it. They finally get to their date that Luke had planned, and they're at some coffee planting place because it was free. She's already in a bad mood, and now she's in an even worse mood because her nails are getting all dirty.
And my nails getting dirty. I hate farms.
She goes, wow, I hate this date. My 9-inch daggers are getting all dirty. Next, he planned a wonderful, relaxing massage for her that is going to be done by Luke because it's free. She gets on the table and he grabs all the coffee beans that they had just grinded and he puts it all over her body and he starts massaging her and he's trying to like loosen her up because he has more bad news to share with her. And he goes,
Oh, by the way, baby, you know how I was supposed to move? Like right now? Yeah, I can't do that. I have to go back to America.
And she's like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, I don't want to be alone anymore. How much longer am I going to have to be alone out here? And he goes,
I don't really know. Maybe a couple months. I don't know. But I have to, I have to make some money. I can't just move out here without a job, without any money.
And she's like, oh my God, you suck. And she gets off the massage table and takes a dip in the pond. Moving on to Alex and Adriano. They are a perfect looking couple. Like aesthetically, physically, they're just so gorgeous. The setting they're in is stunning. Have you guys been to Italy? Like I've been there and it's so romantic. It's so beautiful. I loved everything about it. The buildings, the architecture, the stores, the water, the cobblestone, like everything. I loved it. Alex's cousin Tiffany joins them for dinner and she starts asking Adriano some questions. She's like, oh, Adriano, do you want to pray for our dinner before we eat? And he's like, oh, I don't pray. And Tiffany goes, you're an atheist? And he goes, yeah, I don't really believe in anything. And they're shook.
You're an atheist?
I don't believe in anything.
Also, I find it hilarious that some people think that atheists are the worst people in the world. Like they treat them like they're murderers or something. Then Tiffany brings up the threesome situation because she's very aware of the problems that Alex is having in their relationship. And she's like, so, I heard that you want a threesome and my cousin Alex doesn't.
I don't think you're supposed to have threesomes.
If you see the past, when there was the time of the Roman Empire, sexuality was free. And maybe one day it's gonna go back.
And when Tiffany asks Alex, how much does this bother you? Like on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the absolute worst, how much does this bother you? And Alex says 10. Alex, if it's a 10, what the hell are you doing there? At this point, I feel like Alex should just have a great time, have some awesome schmecks with Adriano, drink a lot of wine, have a lot of good Italian food, and then go back home and cut him off.
But they say once a hoe, always a hoe. And if he's just got a taste of threesomes, he's gonna have fun until he get tired, his fall off, or he get an STD.
I like Tiffany. Please bring her back. The next day, they go on another date to make pizzas, and as they're eating, they start talking about their future kids and how they're going to raise them. Alex tells him that she wants to raise them in a church, and he's like, oh my God, why are you so obsessed with religion? Yikes. Then she discusses race. She asks him, if we have kids, they're gonna be half black. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm totally fine with that, duh. And she goes, yeah, I know you're okay with that, but if they come home from school crying because their classmates made fun of their skin color, what are you gonna say to them? Because you tell me to suck it up.
What are you gonna say? Because I know what you say to me. You tell me to suck it up.
Oh my God. My jaw dropped when she said that. I was like, what? What? I was not expecting her to say that last part. He tells her to suck it up? Are you freaking kidding me? He's like, there's always going to be ignorant people. I'm going to protect my kids like I'm going to protect you. Okay, that's nice and all, but how? Also, I can tell he's very uncomfortable with this conversation, which is fine, but there has to be a willingness from him to want to learn and to be educated, especially if he's going to have children with her who are going to be half black. I still cannot get past the fact that he tells her to suck it up. Oh my God. Moving on to Ani and Kyle. Ani's getting ready to go on another date with Kyle. Why is she going out on another date? I don't know. Honestly, I'm side-eyeing Ani real hard because what the heck is wrong with her? Like, how desperate do you have to be dating him? She seems like such a normal, sweet person. Did she not Google him? He's all over the internet, and I'm talking way before the show. She assumed Kyle would have stopped his sperm donation schmecks once they made their relationship official, but he's been doing it this whole time. And after confronting him about it, he still doesn't want to give it up. She has made it very clear that she does not want her boyfriend to be having intercourse with other women. Wow. What a surprise. Oh my God, how dare she ask that of him? But he doesn't want to give it up because helping other people means the world to him. And for some reason, she still wants to give him another chance. They're about to go on a boat ride for their date, and he finally shows up in a brand new t-shirt and jeans. Ani's so impressed. She's like, wow, you wore trousers today. Oh my God, you look so good. I'm so impressed. Like, really? The bar is that low for you? Then they have dinner on the boat, and they start talking about their future kids. And she asks him if we're both going to our day jobs, who's going to watch the kids? And Kyle goes, oh, we can just put them in the crib for 8 hours. And she's like, no, we can't do that. That's not how it works. After dinner, he goes over how many points she earned, and she earned 3. So Ani's like, oh, what does that mean? And Kyle goes, you earn a kiss. Do I have your consent? And she's like, yeah. So he's very excited, and he verbally tells her everything he's going to do as he's doing it. And he's like, ooh, okay, I'm going to put my hand on your leg. Ooh, okay, so I'm going to close my eyes. And ooh, I'm going to bring my lips closer to your lips. Ugh, it's so obvious he's never, ever kissed anybody. Then he counts to 3. He's like, ooh, 1, 2, 3. And they kiss. Ugh. And I think Ani wanted more than what he actually gave her.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. That was it. That was so short.
Can't believe she actually likes him. She thinks he's so cute. She's like, oh, he's so quirky, and, you know, he's opening up a little bit more, and I think it's cute. I don't. Okay? So stop. The next day, they go shopping for Kyle, because he needs to set his whole entire closet on fire and burn everything. He tries on some clothes. He makes it very clear he likes very tight clothes. He wants to wear extra, extra small in everything.
I wear extra small because they show off your curves, your muscles and everything. So I think it looks better.
And Ani thinks he looks cute in everything that he wears. Is she a hired actress, or is she just... I don't want to say it. That's too mean. I'm not going to say it. Then they start talking about schmecks, or actually Ani really leads this conversation, and she tells him how important physical intimacy is to her and for most women. I don't know if it's just me, but creepy Kyle looked pretty nervous.
Most women fall in love with when they have great sex with a man.
In my opinion, I feel like he absolutely does not know how to seduce or please a woman.
Because it's like a drug addiction, you know, like donating to a woman and not stopping is like you're almost addicted to it.
And she's like, do you have like a savior complex or anything? And he's like, no, you have this all wrong. I love helping people. Okay, I love helping these desperate women who beg me for my donation.
I'm not addicted. No. This woman doesn't have a baby. She's running out of time.
I don't care about this.
I'm so nice to her.
She's like, I don't care if they're desperate. They can go find some other person. I do not want my boyfriend donating his sperm with or without intercourse, period.
Who are you? Like, you're the savior of the world and you have to give all women babies? I mean,
I don't
because you don't want to stop donating.
She called him out, and he's speechless. He doesn't know what to say. She goes, so you don't want to stop donating? And he's like, no. And then she walks away crying.
Oh gosh, I don't know. I have to stop this.
Jesus Christ, man.
I'm just like emotional. He's just so messed up.
Last but not least, we have Sean and Aaliyah. And they're kind of controversial. I feel like a lot of people's opinions about them and their relationship are pretty different. And I'm going to tell you guys where I stand and how I feel about them. So apparently Aaliyah's at the nail salon getting her nails done, and Sean is at the apartment, and he's looking around and he's like, oh, now that Aaliyah's a woman, everything's such a mess. I don't know. There were just some digs in there about, like, he's just very irritated, right? Every single moment that he realizes that Aaliyah is not going back to Douglas and Aaliyah is here to stay, he's getting annoyed. Aaliyah brought her scrapbook that she made, and when she first started making it, she was Douglas. So the front page says Douglas and Sean. So Sean starts looking through the pictures, and it's a bunch of pictures of Aaliyah when she was Douglas and Sean, and they look happy together. And as Sean is looking at the pictures, there's a sadness in his eyes.
This is one of my favorite pictures. And then the venture book ends. I don't know if Douglas will get ripped out of this. So I'm just going to hope that she can put herself in my shoes and be patient with me.
He misses Douglas. And Sean is so happy for Aaliyah, but it's still a big adjustment for him. He's still unsure how to navigate this. Like, I don't even think he knows how he's feeling. It's gotta be so confusing. And I can only assume that it must feel like a death. Like you have to mourn the person that they used to be because they're no longer that person. So when I think about all those things, I have a lot of empathy for Sean, and I do feel sad for him. Like I can tell he is really missing Douglas or Aaliyah when she used to be Douglas. So that's gotta be tough. And I feel for Sean, like I feel sad for him, but I'm happy for Aaliyah though. So that's kind of how I feel. I'm sad for Sean, but I'm happy for Aaliyah. Later that evening, Sean and Aaliyah are having dinner, and he brings up the scrapbook conversation and how he was looking at their old pictures when Aaliyah was Douglas. And Aaliyah goes, oh yeah, you know what? I'm actually going to rip out all those pictures and start fresh. And Sean's like, well, I don't want you to get rid of those pictures because I fell in love with Douglas and that's a part of our story. And Aaliyah's like, well, Douglas is in the past and I feel like that wasn't really who I was and I feel uncomfortable. I'm Aaliyah and I'm going to be Aaliyah forever and I just want to start fresh. And you guys, I was very sad in this scene. I don't know if anybody else felt sad. I was in my feels because I just felt for the both of them. Aaliyah is having the realization that Sean is having a very hard time with this. He's just not able to let Douglas go. And so she looks at him. She's very emotional. She starts crying. And she's like, Sean, I'm still the same person I always was. The only thing that changed was my name.
I was always the same person all of my life. I always was Aaliyah. But it cannot be that.
She also mentions how she's been having to constantly fight about this with her family and her friends. And so I'm just assuming that she really didn't want to have to fight Sean about this. You know, like if anything, Sean would be the one who would still love her and accept her and make it easy for her, like create a safe space for her. But he is also struggling with this. And I felt so sad for Aaliyah in this moment. I was just like, I just wanted to give her a big hug because she just looked really exhausted and she just wanted to be accepted by one person. That would be the love of her life, Sean. As she's telling him all of this, Sean also looked so sad. But then I felt a little confused because he was telling her, like, I miss Douglas because Douglas was quiet, he was reserved, and he was like a little scared. That was a really weird word to use. He said he misses that about Douglas. And Aaliyah is a lot more vibrant, she's a lot more confident and, I don't know, more assertive and more sure of herself. And he loves that about her, but he also misses the shy and quiet and scared version of her. I know, it's really weird.
I saw how much happier, how much more outgoing you became as Aaliyah, but I also enjoyed and loved the quiet and the shy, the timid, this kind of scared Douglas.
And even Aaliyah questioned it in her interview. She was like, why would he want me to be scared? Like, that's weird.
Why do you want the person you love to feel scared?
In the preview for the next episode, we see Aaliyah going to the doctor's office because she wants plastic surgery to look more feminine. And I know that has a name for it where oh God, I don't want to say the wrong thing. Feminization surgery, is that what it's called? I don't know. But what I'm curious about is who's paying for this? Is it Aaliyah or is it Sean? Because that gets a little dicey too. Then we see Adriano telling Alex that he wants to have a threesome with her cousin Tiffany. We see Luke proposing a prenup to Madeleine and she's freaking out. But I'm thinking, girl, just sign it because at this rate, you're probably going to make way more money than him. And lastly, we have Ani and Kyle. Yeah, we learned that they end up having schmecks and not just regular schmecks, they have unprotected schmecks, and she is taking a pregnancy test. I've lost all respect for her. You know, I didn't really have much left. but she earned a tiny bit back when she was telling him off and confronting him and telling him that he had a savior complex. And I was like, oh, okay, you go, Ani, you go, Glen Coco. But nope, that's all gone. There's nothing left. She's weird. There's something off about her. There is something wrong with her. And you know what? I hope they end up together and they live in their happy little bubble together and leave the rest of us alone. Also, you guys, Wet Sock did an in-depth video about Creepy Kyle that you need to watch. Okay, I saw it and I was even more shocked than I was before. Well, that's it for the recap. I want to thank Scentbird once again for sponsoring this video. Don't forget to use code MYTHOUGHTS to get 55% off your first box using the link below. And I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye!